It is really, really hard to be confident if you have never experienced what it's like to be confident before. It's just one of those things where, unless you've experienced it at least one time in your life, it is really, really hard to get to that place mentally. And I mean, confidence is it's just a mental state. And just like any other mental state of focus, of joy, of calm, unless you know really specifically what it feels like to be in that mental state, it is really, really hard to access it. And my question for a very long time was how I could consistently and effortlessly access this mental state of confidence, because I had felt it before. I had gone to certain social events in my life and felt that confidence. I knew what it felt like, but it was rare and it was inconsistent. And in order to get to that place, I was having to do all this mental gymnastics and thinking through things to be able to try to get there. And at the end of all the effort, I was falling flat. Like I wasn't even getting to that place. So, what I wanted to do was to be able to go through some kind of mental process to be able to get myself into the mental state of confidence. And it's crazy to me now that after all my years of effort, I'm finally able to say that I achieved the goal that I was shooting for. Accessing that mental state of confidence is easy for me now. It really is. It's been by the grace of God helping me to study and try tons of different techniques that I've been able to figure out the clearest method for mentally transplanting confidence into my own brain. And that's what I want to share with you in this video. It was a couple of years ago that I watched a video by Charlie Morgan. It was some kind of video about like um, changing your mindset for wealth and success or something like that. But he it was breaking down how to do proper visualization in that. I know visualization is a little bit joked about and whatever. I've experienced it to work really, really well for me. And especially when I use the formula that Charlie Morgan gives in that video that I watched. Basically, visualization is not just sitting there and randomly picturing yourself being successful. It's not as simple as that. It's kind of a three-step process. The first thing you need to do is you need to have the sentence in your brain of what it is that you're going to visualize. So it's, I'm confident, I'm successful, whatever it is. The step after that is you have to create the image of that. Obviously, right? It's visualization. You're going to create the image of you being confident, of successful, of whatever. And then the third step is to actually tie a really clear and deep feeling and emotion to that image. So, specifically, what it will feel like to be confident, what it will feel like to be successful. And using this technique of visualization, this three-step sentence, image, emotion, that is how, if you practice it and if you do it right, you can transplant confidence into your own mind. You can just on a whim, boom, confidence. Now, breaking this down, I am going to kind of even skip by step one because it's pretty self explanatory. You need to come up with the sentence of, I'm confident, or whatever in your mind. Some people might dive into this deeper. I just personally don't find it that helpful to tell myself facts about things or to tell myself verbal affirmations over and over and over again. I find it more helpful to see myself where I want to be and then take the action steps to actually get there. So I'll kind of couple step one and step two together. Now, leading into step two, this is the image. This is where you are mentally picturing what it's going to be like to be confident. So if the sentence you create for yourself is, I am confident, now what you need to do is you need to create the image of what that will look like for you. Now, what do you picture? How do you visualize this? I can't give you a specific image to think about. It's up to you to practice and to discover what works and what doesn't for you. What I can give you is some guidelines. The first guideline I always give you is think about your slightly older, slightly more accomplished, more muscular, more attractive self. This is a person that is 2, 3, maybe 4 years older than you, who's achieved more in life, has more life experience, has been on the grind doing the things he needs to do to be able to get to the place where he wants to be. And now he's reaping the benefits of that. What can I do for you? I'm trying to record.
Do you want this pizza?
No.
I'm not gonna eat it.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. I'm locked in.
Hey guys, my name is Soren. That's a good little setup here. Come on now. It's my dog. You subscribe. Come on now. Comment on that page. Run it up, man.
I'm putting that in the video. This is a person that is 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years older than you. He's gone through life more. He has more life experience. He's more attractive. He's more muscular. He's more confident. Try to picture what that person would be like. Again, I can't tell you specifically like what to imagine, if you know what I mean, but I can give you a guideline of that. Now, the second thing I would give you a guideline on is try to see the celebrities, the influencers, the cool guys that you look up to, and try to visualize yourself as him. Not as a copycat, because we don't want to become caricatures of these people, but almost of like, okay, I look up to Bruce Wayne and to Tyler Durden and to James Bond. Maybe you see that Bruce Wayne is really classy. You don't try to copy him in that way, but you go, okay, I'm going to be classy like him, and then you apply that in your own style. Does that make sense? That's actually a piece of advice that has really clicked with me in my life personally. Is I always try to copy my older brother or like people I saw that I thought was cool. And then I had to realize like, okay, if I copy them, I become a caricature of them because I can't be them. So then I become a caricature of them. So instead, what I need to do is, if I see cool stuff they do, I'm going to apply that in my own style, like a good posture or telling jokes, or I don't know. I don't know if that makes much sense, but whatever. The third step, and I think this is actually the most important thing to lock in about the visualization. If you want to mentally transplant confidence into your brain, if you want to on command, boom, I'm confident now, I feel confident in myself, then it is absolutely crucial that you understand what it will feel like to be that confident person. You do have the image. Now, with that image, you need to attach the feeling of what it's going to feel like to be confident to that. What this means is that you try to remember back to a time in your life that you did feel confident, because we all at least have one time when we were like, yeah, I actually feel good about myself. Just try your best to grab that emotion from that memory and then attach it to this new image of the person that you want to be. I feel like this is a hard topic to explain, so I don't know if this makes a whole lot of sense. Try to give me feedback below to tell me if what I'm saying is making any sense at all. You don't just, I think visualization becomes so useless for people because they don't do the emotion step. Like, they have the sentence of I am a confident person, and they try to see themselves as a confident person. They kind of get lost in not having any feeling attached to it. They don't understand what it feels like to be confident, or they don't try to imagine it. Your brain will attach, it has to have the emotion to attach onto, because otherwise it won't attach to these kinds of things. You know, people that walk around being sad all the time, it's really easy to be like bummed out, right? You may have experienced this before. But think about what you're doing when you're going to be bummed out, when you and your brain are thinking, I'm going to be in a bummed out mood, like I want to be. Think about what you're doing. You have the sentence in your brain of like, nobody likes me, or girls don't like me, for example. You then attach an image of a time a girl didn't like you to that, and then you're remembering the emotion that you felt in that experience. And so even if it's like, okay, yeah, maybe that girl didn't like me, that doesn't mean all women don't like me, though. Your brain doesn't understand the difference between false and imagined experiences if the emotion is involved. And so it will really believe like, yeah, girls don't like me, I should just give up. And it will identify you as that. And then for girls to reject you, it becomes normal. It becomes who you are. Again, I'm not great at explaining this stuff yet. I want to really get good at it. Just give me some feedback below in the comments to kind of tell me if this is making any sense at all. But what I'm trying to say is, in order to get the confidence visualization to work, you have to have the emotion tied to it in order to kind of trick your brain. Because your visualization is technically not a real experience, but your subconscious doesn't know that. If you are imagining this experience of you being confident and properly attaching the emotion to it, your subconscious will think that's really what is happening in real life. And the more you do that, guess what? The more reference experience you build for yourself, and then you'll start to identify as that confident person. And that's where like visualization is so powerful, dude. It is so powerful. And again, if you practice it and you get this down, it will work for you. You will mentally transplant confidence into your own brain. Now, as a final closing note, this is not going to come easy. This is not going to be a thing where you're going to go out after watching this video and it's just going to automatically click and work. Maybe it does. Great for you. I don't think it's going to, though. I think you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to practice it. And again, and practice it and practice it. See that, oh, this little thing works for me. This little thing doesn't. I need to do more of this. I need to do less of that. It's going to take some time. It's going to take you doing it over and over and over again. Don't expect it to come easy. Be okay with working for it because the good things don't come easy. And imagine the better man you're going to be for having to struggle with this and figure it out. Anyways, boys, again, drop me some feedback in the comments. I want to know how I'm doing. I want to try to make my content better. Shut out the noise. Do the work. Mwah.